Hey, this is my friend Andrew Bergthold, and he produced the record. We were just talking about like when we started.
Yeah, so it was a process.
It was a long process.
It was good.
We didn't want to rush anything, and so I think we wanted to take our time and ask all the right questions about the tone and the vibe of the record. One cool little thing about this album is some of the acoustic guitars we recorded on a...
Oh yeah, iPhone. I love just using quirky, weird things, tricks to get different sounds. I just feel like it makes every record unique and gives a tone and a flavor. So that happened to be this record. We tried it. I think we tried it on Press On, which is the first song that we did. And we recorded two different guitar parts. And the first one, I think I just did a little plucky thing on a small, trashy acoustic. It's back there actually. Yep. And yeah, it did not sound great in real life, but you put an iPhone up and it sounds good. And then you put another acoustic guitar over it, doing a little more intricate stuff. And yeah, love using little tricks, and that was a fun part of this record. I think it made it into most songs on iPhone somewhere.
Yeah, as you're making an album, you have to feel your way through it, because what I was doing was bringing him songs, and we'd listen to the song and we go, oh, you know, what is the vibe of this thing? And then he basically built tracks, and we made decisions about each individual song. Do we bring those to a band and put them in a studio setting and let them play these tracks, or do we just let the songs be as they are, play them live in front of mics, and then deliver them that way? And so that was a lot of fun. And some of the songs from the record were written 5 years ago that we reworked.
Right.
We retooled and kind of rethought.
Which song ended up? I know there's several that we reworked. Which one ended up the most different from where it started?
Arizona for sure. I'd had a previous recording with a good friend of mine, Kyle Cummings, back in 2014, and so there's a lot of water under the bridge between 14 and 18. There's a lot of years spent living life and doing life. And stylistically, as an artist, you grow and you change. And so when I heard kind of some of the vibe we were doing is some of the southwestern vibe for this song, kind of trying to paint this picture of being in the desert. You had some great little, kind of quirky little electronic sounds.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. That one, I love how that turned out. That one took a total different turn from the last recording, like you were saying.
We decided to speed it up, change the cadence of the verses, and then that just lent itself to all these cool little vocal hooks.
As we were going, so Jeremiah, the verse, I think cadence was totally different, the melody was a lot different, and I was working on production. Jeremiah was like, oh, what about this for a melody option? Because I don't think the other verse quite fit with the chorus as well, and the direction that we took it. So it just, it turned out really well. The guy that mixed the record, Mark Nelson, he was like, that's his favorite song on the record. He loves it, and he was like, it's like the wall of sound, except for with drums and percussion and like Midwestern or Western sounding vibes. And and
then we took it to the studio at the Planetarium actually, and Nate Duggar played guitars, and Jared Keel played drums on that track. Jared Keel's an amazing drummer, and it's got a kind of a gallop to it.
Yes.
Which is the sort of the vibe of me driving through the desert in the middle of the night and sort of having this missing home and longing for home, and yet realizing I'm in a really beautiful place. But it's like my car was the horse, and I'm trying to make it home. And I think we really captured it.
Yeah.
I really do. It's got this cinematic sort of feel to it.
The music tells a story, which I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's very.
Right.
And I love the freedom we had on this record to let each song be its own thing and tell its own story. So it's a pretty diverse record as far as sounds go, like you're talking about earlier. Some it's just like you sat in front of a microphone, did vocals and acoustic guitar in one take, and that was pretty much raw, and some was really produced. But it
was fun. I think what I really enjoyed was taking our time, and especially on some of those just acoustic guitar vocal songs, me doing live takes, and then some of the songs we took to the band and they played to my live takes, and we kept the live takes.
Yeah.
And then some was just me and a guitar, and Rachel Taylor comes in and sings her angelic vocals on top of the tracks, and Becca Bradley played cello. She's fantastic. Never met her in person, but we did a little musical handshake on the record.
That's amazing. Never heard that before. Musical handshake. Coining that term.
That's right. You don't meet the actual player on your record, but it's like
that happens a lot.
So I'm really proud of this album.
Yeah.
I'm really excited that I got to work with Andrew. I'm glad the circumstances worked out for us to work together. And Yeah, I'm stoked for it. I can't wait for people to hear it. And you got music online, don't you?
I do. I just released a song.
Andrew Berg.
Yeah.
Right?
Crazy.
It's amazing. It's this like Safe and Siren.
Safe or Siren.
Safe or Siren.
Yeah,
that's
it's
right.
very poetic and interesting.
It's a beautiful pop
Thank you.
song. But he's produced a lot of great music in the last few years, and he's up and coming in Nashville, and really kind of having arrived in some senses of just working all the time, writing, producing. So check out all his stuff. What's your Instagram?
Andrew L. Berg is my Instagram. Yeah, I would love it if you guys check it out. And hopefully we'll make some more music in the future. I know it's already on the horizon, so.
Yeah. There's some good stuff coming,
Yeah.
I think. So, yeah, I'll make sure you check this guy out, and we hope you really love the record. So, peace out.
When she's gone, just here getting by. She's my one true love. She holds your secrets real tight. She doesn't gossip or tell lies.